¿Qué onda mis bros? El día de hoy les traigo el resumen completo de la gran final del mundial de Apex Legends, en donde debo mencionar que el equipo mexicano de LG logró quedar dentro del top 5 mejores equipos del mundo. Así que sin más, los dejo con el video para que lo disfruten, no sin antes recordarles que si el video es de su agrado, lo pueden apoyar reventando ese botón de like. Y bueno, ahora sí, sin más, jálate una botana, jálate un refresco en bolsita y ponte cómodo, porque aquí empezamos.
The legends are locked. The dropship is loaded. It's a Sunday in Birmingham, and you know what that means. It's the grand finals.
Remember, they were going to give up Thermal Station, what I heard, but Pioneers already in an engagement.
Oh, a couple of trades going down early on, and this is a Harvester. Exchange and Zane! The triple take good enough, but the action not over. Already we're into another contest.
I had heard that Alliance were giving this up, but they said no, this is our temple, this is our playground, but the dojo are showing what they're made of with their fists!
Timmy with the PK! Flesh damage already. This is an electric start.
I tell you what, it's up and down. It's switching elevators at the moment. As Alliance now hold the high ground here.
Well, they're going to send it. They're going to send it here. Up onto that high ground. Alliance still on that height, but they don't really have the armors to compete. Enemy in Designful taking some damage. Timmy and Designful now left on their own. It's 1v2 here to claim what this POI will be, maybe for the rest of our World's Edge games.
Yeah, this is going to be a big one for Dojo, and in a 2 versus 1, they shouldn't lose with these shields. But Effects just being a nuisance from the high ground, but now the grab lift being back up. It should be a matter of just cleaning up the pieces. Effect goes down, Alliance will fall. And even though it was elongated, it took far too long.
Sent them not just into the grand finals, Dan, but into the grand finals with a huge amount of points to start with as well.
I think one of the biggest things for me about TSM is looking average points per game. They're not quite up there with the likes of Blackhand, the likes of Dreamfire, but TSM still have the joint most wins in this tournament, and it is match point format. So if they can get to that threshold, then it is going to be very important about closing those games out. Now, LG Chivas, another consistent team, under some duress.
This is Iron Blood Gaming who are going up against at the moment. This is an isolated fight. Shots in and around stacks, and I tell you what, LG might be regretting this decision because the first Nox comes in here, the second one might be following pretty soon as well. There it is. And he's just doing some work.
And LG Chivas were one of the most consistent teams at getting into top 10s throughout any map here in the ALGS, but it looks like that statistic might just be lowering ever so slightly. One last player remaining. Bloodhound Scan is going to do enough to at least spot him out. Do they get the extra KP? Nah, protection, that's so important for Iron Blood Gaming. Make sure you don't give away that extra KP and an instant way to reset. So now Iron Blood can move comfortably.
Have been controlling this position within Overlook for quite some time. Berhol's going to have to be careful here. He takes a huge amount of damage. Excuse me, is How on that high ground trying to take it away from FaZe, and Phony will put him on his back. Rebs tries to follow up. He's going to fall as well. It's all down to Berhol's to keep TSM in this first game. Verholz will get frags, but that's not the end of this fight.
Oh, the grenade ends TSM's first matchup here, but does not end this engagement. Optic Gaming suddenly getting involved. It's Moist who are holding the high ground as well.
Moist actually falling off the back of it, I think, and FaZe might be in this area as well. MT trying to move in, clean up the scraps, couple of thermites, but no skin being singed right now. Extremely strong players as well. Iron Blood Gaming will be our 15th team to be eliminated, or the 5th team I should say. That Prowler's doing damage, but not enough. They're trapped at the moment underneath this building, but the knockdown shield, shield is too much for Ascent to deal with.
Well, Team 1 has been taken out, but surely Team 2 is not going to be able to do it. Into the zone you go, a quick syringe to try and survive.
Has he timed it?
Times it correctly.
Just about manages to stay alive, and Blackhand, unfortunately, this time around, the syringe just takes too long to distribute those meds. They will fall here, and they see a couple of knocks going down. That will be They're triggered to go forward and try and clean up that damage. The Dojo at the moment struggling to stay alive. They are trapped in between so many different squads.
It was a long journey for Dojo, and it could be coming to an end here if they are not careful. Can they make that victory against Alliance worth it? As MDY White are also there, Oxygen getting involved, Dreamfire from a distance.
But Snipe Down still on top of that height, and also at a Prowler as now Dreamfire make their move.
Optic versus Dreamfire, a huge fight between two of our giants in this lobby. Dreamfire still a full and healthy 3. No! One gets taken down, Roy has fallen, and 3MC, the last remaining player.
Can you do it, Sandwich, for the team? It's Skittle Cakes versus 3MZ. Dreamfire will fall, NRG also fall as well, but force their way into great placement points as a solo.
So as a 2, Moist can really influence this final circle. And now here comes the call for FaZe.
Here's the play from FaZe. They want to take down E6, and I mentioned that Snipe Down has a Prowler! Huge damage coming out of Eric Rona. He will clean our Element 6. Moist Esports also dispatched with as Optic and FaZe start to move towards each other.
Optic Gaming versus FaZe Clan. This is Esports Org's royalty going up against each other right now. But FaZe, they have to try and reset. Optic are far healthier at the moment, but both Dark Veils are down. 1, 3, 4!
Knocked with the damage, knocked with 2. Optic Gaming surely in this position must be able to win our first game of the Grand Finals. The form team coming into this week in Birmingham just have to deal with one more player. Drop goes in, Drop with the spray, Drop with the win! And the green wall stands tallest in our first game of the Grand Finals.
Such an excellently played final circle from Optic Gaming, from controlling the southern area just by the Vault Tunnel.
And non-stop fighting from the very beginning too, Genome. We saw with Alliance surprising Dojo off the rip with a 50-50 in Thermal, where Dojo was able to win, and it looks like we're going right back here.
A little bit of the mind games. It didn't help them out last time. Maybe the straight-up man-to-man fight will.
See how this plays out with Hockey's being the first to go down here. In fact, having to drop down, enemy with the purple Evo. Dojo had that slight health advantage before Designful meets Hockey's on the floor. But he's only got the Havoc and limited ammunition here.
Exactly, no turbo on it either. You know, you gotta wind up, goes in with the slide down. That first spray was pretty good. Now with effect gone. Looks like this one, Dojo could have it again, 2 in a row.
Alliance, they gave up that POI, and now we're getting to see KCP, the other 50-50 that we saw happen between KCP and, I believe it was Realize, and KCP did come out on top of this one, but now with Zane being the last one alive, let's see if that's gonna be the same case.
Harvester, it's been such a point of contention for many, many teams here. And once again, we're seeing players fight over this key, central, rotational POI.
Pues no han de tener tan buen loot los vatos. ¿Sí, gente ahí? ¿Escaneo o no? No sé, pero estoy guiando así.
Ahí está, no.
120,
34, 3.
Pues...
Deja escaneo zona para ver qué pasa con la otra team a la izquierda.
Dale. Nada más que voltea. No voltea arriba el shot.
Sí, estamos viendo.
Está muy separado, sí, no lo puede revivir, ¿qué es lobo?
Sí, traigo. Ahí no lo reviven, ¿verdad? Va a venir bien vergueado el otro de zona, bro. Hay que hacerle full Evo challenge, literalmente.
Va a caer arriba.
El otro se tiene que meter a zona o echarse la batería ahí.
Like LG, use an evac tower to already fly in. It looks like they were actually already engaging on a fight before. I saw Design was low earlier. He went for a reset. They also got a knock here. And talking about the Bloodhound, Nizul being on the Bloodhound as he pops the Beast of the Hunt.
And this is great, it'll give them the information. He can take the gravity lift right up behind the Dojo here. You can see Timmy with the full kill there.
Yanya getting Designful right after he was able to reset just temporarily, but on the high ground, it's not an issue. I have the high ground now with the gravity lift. Yanya sending Dojo back to the lobby in 18th. LG securing some extra points on the board for them.
Yeah, look, as if the 9 points coming into this weren't enough already, but look at that IBG straight back on the other side of them, and they've got them locked into the zone. Carl, you can see on that utility, that is, of course, LG's catwall. So they've had to use that a little bit reactively there with IBG coming in behind them. In the meantime, Oxygen have used that evac tower to get out ahead. And now LG are in a fantastic position. They were, you know, a little bit worried a second ago, but now you can see it's IBG full sending them.
Oh, Ziki moving in, but he gets beamed. They're trying to fight their way from inside the circle. Huge crash coming in as he sends out the Arc Star 2. They get the trade as Ziki's able to find Hawades. Asia goes down right afterwards, and Moist Esports and your feet do get eliminated. They were fighting Oxygen before, and IBG is going to be meeting them right back in the lobby. But this is the fight that we were mentioning as Oxygen had flew over them prior. They were in some trouble. MDY White also cannot get to safety. Dreamfire are able to circle keep the teams that are funneling out from all the chaos that was happening by that southern Volt side.
Oh my god, so much KP going the way of Dreamfire. The fans loving it. Second place up to 20 points all. The Pulverex Rat actually coming in from the back. Don't know how long FChan's going to be able to stay alive. Does actually get involved, but unfortunately gets caught in the crossfire. Now it really comes down to Blackhand and NRG.
Wanted to steal that one real quick. More for FChan though. And Blackhand engaging on this fight versus NRG, who were able to reset rather quickly. Sweet hasn't popped the shield cell just yet because they got the crack over Blackhand, and it looks like squad after squad they fall as Nathan going crazy with the flat line, being the kill leader now in this one game alone. TSM, Blackhand fall at the hands of NRG.
They've got a bit of a cliff ahead of them. It looks like we actually did get the reset there by Dreamfire, so patience pays off for them, but now NRG right on top of them doesn't work out.
That was getting ahead of themselves real quick. Open up the Red Sea as the double catwalk comes in. Enter Force 36 playing for their lives with only Blue Evil Shields playing on the edge. KCP's over to their right, and Dreamfire are still fighting for their lives on this sniper tower. The 1-2 Scooby-Doo and the Bangalore Cold Steel. You could call her cold-blooded. Now she's gonna be able to reset on the high ground through MC. Enter Force 36, aimbot goes down. Said trying to ride the momentum. Gets the cracker originally before, but misses some of those flatline shots, having to back away as post kill was incredibly low. Doesn't want to overextend when they're low too, but gets the crack. Here comes the follow-up from him, and having to look to their backs. E6 get eliminated, but at what cost? Sets up the Watson power fences, and Dreamfire, after resetting, not once, not twice, not even 3 times, are going to be able to move in to try to take this game against Ascend.
Yeah, that was start a fight to Ascend, actually. Off the back of that, they're going to be a duo, and I don't think there's any way that they can come out on top. Your Chinese team, Dreamfire, moving up into first place already. Can they get the win to cap it off?
He's got the Prowler, he's got the high ground, and Dreamfire are your game 2 winners. The crowd goes crazy. The shines of red lighting up the crowd.
Immediately, but as you say, we're definitely having one over at the mill. Storm Point, World's Edge, doesn't matter. These two teams are going to be going up against each other all day long.
Well, I like the swap up from Blackhand too. We also had noted, you know, behind the scenes, they were trying to fight for a POI originally, but here's that 50-50 off the rip to get those bins with the better armor.
Exactly. You see Dreamfire landing on the better side. They pick up the purples. That's a big advantage. Not only that, we do see the knocks.
Are they going to be able to get a full reset here? Instead of just trying to get into position, coming in from the skies on the gravity lift, but also has a knockdown right in front of him to play off of from a slight lip.
But Optic are here! They didn't land it down base. Optic, the rogue element, have come in to immediately third-party this, and I'm not sure either team expected it. Worse off, even though right to start with, they were doing better in the contest. Dojo and TSM have already run into each other at wall.
Dojo had gotten the advantage off the rip already. They had taken one out from TSM. Now they take Verholst next. There's only one left from TSM. But Dojo taking this fight over by wall and eliminating TSM as the first team to go in the lobby for Dreamfire.
Déjale tiro un humo a estos güeyes, ¿no? Tan siquiera. Sí. Voy a guardar el otro. Ya estoy. Simón.
Hay que hacerlo, hay que hacerlo.
¿Puedo poner un muro para tapar el retro, güey? Sí, para que se caiga. Tengo DJ, puedo agarrar info yo. Ok, ahí tengo Barton. Partealos de arriba. Va a poner un muro, va a poner un muro, va a poner un muro. A ver. Estos de acá están igual. Creo que no hay nadie. Creo que no hay nadie, no pueden que estén agachados, tranquilo.
Ok, pero ¿no les parece mejor jugar acá arriba?
No, me gustaría más aquí. Cualquier
Vamos
cosa
a ver,
hacemos. Cualquier cosa hacemos.
Lanzo pinchos.
¿Puedes revivir?
Sí. Puedes parar sin pedo.
Vamos,
Te la tapo.
Sí, ya, uno, ¿No los escuchaste o qué? Pero esos vatos ya habían piqueado ahí de hacer after, güey.
Yeah, look, you can see Alliance. They're really holding onto that tunnel. That's important for them. But wow, NRG have a team right on top of their heads right now. That's Element 6 sliding in on the top of the rock. The wall bounce hit.
Oh, the wall bounce just to top it off. Nathan, though, with the Nemesis in his hand, he's still alive. He can't get the reset. They find him out. Optic Gaming, they were lying in wait for too long, get a little anxious, see the opportunity and try to capitalize.
Yeah.
Already? After game 3, Optic Gaming looking to take the dub. He got the ulti with the disruptor rounds, dropped on the other side with the Digi Threat 2. They took down one member of Realize. Looks like they were also able to get the finisher onto Oobly. The catwall has gone down, so each 3 team had already used the catwall with the circle closing in. It's now the fight for second place for Realize against FaZe.
Oh, is a black hole enough to bring this back as a duo? Maybe. It's a very good ultimate. They get sucked in straight into it. But Optic, on the back of it, 50 points isn't enough for them. They will secure the dub.
Para este punto del torneo, Optic Gaming ya había sumado más 58 puntos en el match point, lo que significaba que si ganaba la siguiente partida ganaría el torneo, pero entonces se vendría lo que sería lo más épico de esta gran final.
Si quieres de una vez.
Hay gente aquí abajito, creo. Ok, ¿les podemos hacer un 3-2-1? Sí, tienen blood cuando nosotros escanean. Ok. En la casita. Ahí está parado, ahí del techo uno, que no lo vea. Estoy roteando. ¿Tú lo estás viendo, verdad? Yo creo que ya está, creo que ya está escaneando, Sí, le voy a disparar.
Le pongo un humo. Tiró ulti, no voy a tirar a mí. Le tiro uno de la izquierda. ¿Me puedes parar?
Well, now you're seeing LG take damage. Yanya's already down. This fight breaking out on the edge of zone. Cat will go down just to try and stall the fight for a little bit of time. Are they going to be able to get the time to stick this res though? Jaguares is going to go for it, and it looks like he should be able to get it, although all of a sudden some off angles are being taken, and LG find themselves in a little bit of a pinch.
And in the distance, Pioneers are starting to have a little sniff towards this one as well. They said, who's at our drop spot? Who's it? Mill.
A la izquierda se está abriendo,
Tiene blanco, envía, güey. Muerto. Bueno, cancélalo. Bueno, a mi derecha,
Me abro con izquierda, está frente a la izquierda.
Voy. Puede ver.
160. Queda abajo a la derecha. Le pongo el último.
Envía. Me curo. Es por si acaso, por si venía alguien más. No, pues deja hacer. Bueno, se lo rifaron. Está muerto. Te uso. Solo tal vez. Voy a revivir.
A mi izquierda hay una.
Might allow them just to move in and get some more KP. There's one. LG down to just a solo player now. Surely this is just going to be more KP. Naski trying to finish it off with a little bit of flair here. He's got the Digi threat that he could use through the smoke if he needed to. But that might change something. Jaguar is trying to hold on for his team. One still alive here, and it looks like LG have actually managed to get back up.
Yeah, LG have done really well to keep Pioneers at bay, and now the zone is coming in and will play a part in this fight. Galantine just need to be communicating here and taking the right angle. If they play this correctly, they should be able to win this engagement.
I mean, Yanya, last player alive here for LG, has to try and send it. 134 through the air is pretty good, but not good enough. LG Chivas will be eliminated, but while all this was going on, by the way, Dreamfire, Peter, inside of zone. Here, as I say, comes the third party, and who is it? It's Pioneers who are moving in.
Pioneers moving in. Oxygen and Alliance also scrapping at the same time as Oxygen have been able to get the opener here. No, they haven't. Okay, Alliance back on their feet. I thought they were 2, but now they are a full 3 as MT has fallen to Zane. So all of these scraps happening in trenches.
And this is all on the eastern side of zone. Moist Esports have fallen. As Oxygen, with the Digi-Threat, most importantly, which has been a game-winning piece of equipment to find on the floor. That attachment with those smokes and the amount of Bangalores allows you to do stuff like this. Vayne says, give me the Digi. Give me the option to shoot these players, and I will make it count.
You can see the piercing spikes that are down are making things so difficult and even worse for Vayne. He's only got 10 bullets, so he says, you know what, let's full send it. It has to be now. Hemlock from the back pocket, 2 teammates still alive, and we will see Alliance fall. One of the best spots, FaZe, as they arrive, are going to be taking a lot of damage, but on the other side, Imperial Howl has just fallen as well. It's TSM taking this fight alongside FaZe.
And while all these fights are going down, this is great news for Optic, the team who's on match point, but here come TSM. FaZe eliminated, Verhost will stand strong. Oxygen also fall in the meantime. Can TSM get this reset? Still remain here. Realize, trying to fight on edge of zone. Campu doing what he can. The zone is burning, it is singeing at his back though, but a few KP here certainly would help. Can't quite connect. Exaforce 36 fall. Pulverex fall. Realize will also fall and start a fight down to 1. Blackhand will take them out, and it looks like Blackhand are the winners of that fight.
And just like that, we're down to 6, but Blackhand also struggling with the ring. But Optic are still holding strong, but now they have noisy neighbors, and this is when you need to be hitting your shots.
Well, Optic have made the play. They think they can win this game. TSM, they've been eliminated in the meantime. The Dojo eliminated. Top 4 and Optic are still here.
Optic still alive. NRG still alive. 3 squads remain. It's Ascend. It's NRG. It's Optic, and now it's just 2.
Optic Gaming might be about to break records. 2 squads remaining. It's NRG versus Optic.
Everyone in the arena has just become an NRG fan as they want this tournament to continue.
Prowler for Nathan. Could that be the difference maker? Sweet has to retreat. Does he have a shield swap? No, he doesn't. Sweet goes down. Nob gets the first kill for Optic. Dropped. Tries to move in to clean up the pieces. Optic will fall. NRG clutch.
En esta partida, NRG se convirtió en el héroe para muchos equipos que aún no habían entrado en el matchpoint, mientras que Optic Gaming perdería la oportunidad donde más cerca estuvo de ganar el campeonato.
2v3 you will ever see.
I need help here.
Close. Still above B. I have no shields. Still above B.
Yep, on me. Someone needs to shift this guy on me.
Grabbing.
70 blue.
Big blue, 1 clip.
70 blue on horizon.
Yep.
By the 1. Dead. Grabbing in you.
Play towards me.
Crack. What is me?
Play towards me. Let's go!
He also has been able to escape the sights thanks to the smoke. Oh, I tell you what, goes unnoticed! And Walsey rips through F-Chat.
Walsey trying to do what he can. He's a one-man army at the moment, but the piece is starting to fall for Moist Esports. Pulverex trying to finish off those final players. Fussy's still alive, by the way. It's a little bit of a 1v1 situation. Saku's going to be the last player alive. Pulverex are eliminated, and Moist win that fight somehow.
TSM have not really done much in terms of points per game, but Pioneers, they're taking an engagement now, and Nathan's gone down. It's NRG.
NRG. Oh, NRG are getting run over right now. And it's because of the man on your screen who's almost single-handedly 1-2 contested in a row for them, and he's going to take down everyone. Same with the L-Star. This man is looking like a superstar at the moment.
I mean, Pioneers have just been destroying everything in their way. The fact is, when you get a contest, you're going to be fighting well. Now, TSM are being pushed again. Reps has fallen. Hal and Verhost working together as SAF gets shut down.
No one else in the vicinity to really cause a problem here with this fight. Should be able to reset, but as I say that, Oxygen and Esports have said, hello! We're going to overextend. We see some KP available for us. Oxygen sending it onto TSM.
Yeah, they heard what was happening. They heard the gunfire elsewhere, and Oxygen want that KP. Oh. But I tell you what, there's still life here for this fight in TSM.
It certainly is, and now you can see Reeds trying to join, and maybe you can see Oxygen Esports look a little bit at 7 and 8. They don't know whether to push. They don't know whether they want to try and collapse on this. Both teams might be selling for the res. Realize eliminated in the meantime. FaZe have been eliminated in the meantime. And Optic Gaming are still alive and creeping up in this zone once more.
Hay otro equipo en otro lado del camión,
Lo va a hacer ulti ahí.
Barton está allá.
Voy a voltear ahí.
Nos están viendo
Te la
los
pego
otros,
uno, te la pego uno. Ok. Les va a pillar la ventanita, Date. Le cambiaron dos, Ok, hay otro muerto.
Para la grúa, para arriba.
Sí.
I was going to say, LG kind of control what might happen in this game. TSM in this fight in the choke though. On the outside of Countdown looking in. Have to send it right now, and how doesn't need to be asked twice. Gets the knock onto enemy. 3v2 becomes a 2v2 as Designful strikes back.
How important could this be for TSM? It has been a game of survival. They've constantly had themselves tested, constantly had players down. 2 versus 2 with the Dojo, but now LG Chivas, they're having a peek over to this one.
And how good is that for Optic Gaming? It clears this side of the map for Optic. TSM trying to hold on in this fight, but will fall. The Dojo will take them down.
Son dos teams, agua.
No tengo.
Están matando.
Ahí no,
Arriba de ti.
rematé. Hay que matarlo. 60.
Arriba tú.
Párame.
Do in this position, Dan. It's going to be brilliant because you know that multiple teams are going to fall. Reeds almost falls himself. Aiden has fallen, and now Vane left on his own for Oxygen Esports. Slayers and Tyler still up here for E6.
Optic are taking a look at this as well. Optic want to get as much damage as possible. Their biggest threat is going to be LG Chivas at the south of the map because all these teams are taking so much damage on the northern side. And Optic looking to just try and pick up any extra damage, any extra pieces to secure as much placement as possible.
I mean, Optic are just playing on the low ground. They're not interested. They want all of these teams to take each other out. They've made the decision to wait, as solos and duos will surely fall their way. Roy just needs 2 KP. E6 and MDYY take each other out. Dreamfire hit match point. But Optic might steal it away still.
Dreamfire do it, but will they get a chance to even play on match point? LG Chivas, Blackhand, and Optic Gaming in the final 3 as Optic doing damage from a distance. Do Blackhand and Chivas know who is in this final circle with them?
Oh, player K. He's got a Kraber, and this might make things a little bit more difficult for Optic Gaming. But what an opportunity for Optic once more. Couldn't get it done in the last game, in the 3v3. Well, now it's a 3v3v3.
And what a journey it's been for Optic, all the way from stacks, making it over towards this countdown landslide area. LG Chivas, though, hold prime position. Not only are they closest to the center of the circle, but they have cover to work with as well. And Optic maybe know that. Dark Veil goes down, so they can get a little bit of a closer look to Blackhand.
I think they just had to burn that Dark Veil there, Optic. Blackhand find a corner, and this is good for Optic. Optic forcing Blackhand and LG a little bit closer to each other. Optic are taking damage here, Dan, and Optic are being forced to retreat and not. He's got no shields. Skittlecakes is down. Dropped is down. But Nox is still alive. The dream is still alive for Optic. But it's looking like this could be the end of the road. The catwalk goes down. It's one more game here in Birmingham as LG going to the final fight against Blackhand.
If Blackhand win this, they could get onto match point, but no! LG will deny. They've been holding strong, but Strafing Flame said he struggled with pressure. Well, now pressure is on your shoulders, just as our LG. He gets punched down.
He gets booted in the face. LG with the win here.
Con esta épica win, nuestro equipo mexicano nos devolvía la esperanza de poderlos ver lograr alguna hazaña. En este punto del torneo, el equipo de LG solo necesitaba 2 cosas. La primera era que los 2 equipos que ya estaban en match point no pudieran ganar la siguiente partida. Y la segunda es que el equipo mexicano necesitaba sacar 12 o más puntos en esta siguiente partida para poder entrar al match point y de esta manera poder luchar para llevarse el campeonato en la siguiente partida.
And it looks like this time I mean, sure, it's a slightly different circle. It could actually go up towards Skyhook, but Optic, of course, one of our 2 match point teams. We need to keep our eye on them. We can't take them off them, especially not when they're in a fight with Ascend.
And with that nade 2 from Dropped, has to back away. So does Noctu, gets beamed on the other side against Ascend. Meanwhile, Skittlecake, the fragger himself, trying to stay alive with the limited ammunition that he has on the R9.
The crowd wants more Apex. You can hear them cheering for Ascend here. They want this day to continue, and...
No way he gets away with this. He knows. Oh, the Watson fence! The Watson fence on the fly! Starting can't get away! The gravity lift! Ascend get eliminated by the third party right afterwards by Realize!
Realize come in on top of the night. Which team is going to come out on top in this 3-way scuffle here? Alliance seems to be taking it pretty slow, and that might work out for them until Realize get involved. They've decided this is the perfect time. Oh my god, I don't think Alliance realized they were there.
Oh, the gravity lift now for Realize to get into a much better position. You can't go for the reset here when you get immediately dove on by Realize. Goodbye, Alliance. Goodbye, MDY White.
Will be concentrating on the northwest of the map. With that zone pull, it does feel like it spikes right on top of them.
Oh, no.
How can they get out of this?
It slows you down on top of that easy flash. Popping off on NRG, leaving only one before they get eliminated and sent right back to the lobby. 15 squads left. Dreamfire have the gravity lift, go right back up on top of the roof, closing in, and all this fight's happening over by Countdown. You're gonna get gate kept. Black has already moved.
They're
and
right
Dreamfire
above
are gonna commit to this. E6 also get eliminated in your feed.
Look, Dreamfire, they get the drop there, but it's not going to be enough. A war of attrition, a Pyrrhic victory at the very best.
He did the last one alive for Dreamfire. Scooting all the way down. And this is the gatekeep that I was expecting. It is Moist waiting for them on the other side. We are going on to a new game right after this.
¿Aguas de arriba, Gonja?
Sí, no tienen ángulo.
Acá hay un team afuera, acá hay un team afuera.
Voy a dejar de ver contigo, Niso. Voy a dejar de ver. ¿Tienen bus? Quedan nada más 2 pilas. ¿Estás jugando por afuera,
Sí.
¿Tienen bus? Me quedan nada más 2 pilas.
Tengo 6-2,
ahorita
tengo 6-2.
ahorita te paso. Miran uno, ¿no? Pues mira acá full, cabres.
Te tiro la bala aquí.
Tírala.
Tira.
Mira acá full conmigo, cabres.
Sí, estoy mirando. Me destruyó la puerta de acá.
Ok. Sigue mirando conmigo.
Vamos a tu izquierda, te pueden piquear.
No hay nadie. Te va a pasar una batería ni su infinito.
Use of that ultimate, but they do have the root. It'll keep them in for quite a while, assuming they can fend off this push.
Osaka going down though. Shami has to look right behind him. Look who comes in from the zip line, and look who comes in from the skies. A Rez with the respawn beacon on the building that has not just 2 teams, 3 total squads with LG looking on. This is crazy. Gonna be able to move all the way up onto that second floor. The fact that they got the res and the reset is insane. The EVA 8 shots ringing inside this first floor of the building. Find him outside. SORTEO gets taken out. It's only up to Nasky, who is fully up and healthy, playing around the head glitch of the desk before sliding through the smoke. They have to finish fight quickly, and KCP come out on top, taking out Dojo.
If LG can stay hidden behind the wall, they actually may be in the best spot to avoid the carnage that is about to ensue in this lobby. 6 teams left, most of them just about to move out of cover.
The ring, adding in some assistance. Be your own sometimes, or you have to fight your life from the ring, having to look behind you. That building shares that boardway. KCP, Zane alive, drops down, double catwalk called in. 6 squads remain. The creeping barrage from Moist knocks down Nasty. KCP in trouble as they get cleared out.
You've got almost no idea who you're shooting at. It doesn't matter which team they're from. You've just got to find a target and click.
It's a chance from the crowd giving TSM the energy they need. From the chat as well, the supporters, to give TSM the dub as FaZe find themselves in another top 5.
Ya estamos dos. Buena, güey.
FaZe against TSM is only
my
one alive. The nade from Burrows. FaZe get eliminated, and TSM are your Game 6 champions.
Y con este increíble resultado, nuestros amigos de LG lograban entrar en el match point, con lo cual si lograban ganar la siguiente partida se llevarían el mundial a casa, pero el destino suele ser muy cruel y les tendría preparada una trampa, lo cual en este juego se conoce como el Tier Party de la Tier Party, con lo que acabaría con la gran hazaña que nuestros amigos de LG venían logrando.
Engaging in this fight, he's got the Digithreat in hand, but trying to peek through a little head glitch here. As the double deathbox is right to his right too, and looking to find the opportunity. Nathan has been an absolute beast so far for NRG.
God, he is so locked in today. He's so locked in this tournament. And NRG trying to add another scalp here.
Oh. Designful versus Sweet on the other side, and he with the wingman shots. Call him Mariah because he is looking to carry. Gets the res. Illusion of Bangalore in these lobbies is that Digithreat and that purple laser sight. Expect that to be crucial for our teams that land and have a crafter in those VOIs. That is to say, if we do go to a new game, LG Chivas in a fight.
Yeah, Luminosity, one of our teams on match point currently, taking on Ironblood Gaming at Cascade Falls. Smokes go out. As you can see, Digithreats are going to be abundant now that it's in the craft. If you've had access to one of those at some point, it's a massive, massive advantage in these fights. Yanya, one of the best players so far, but this wasn't his fight.
Juarez with the beam, using the Digithreat himself and the R9, but the high ground right behind him. He tries to navigate away, needs some help from Nizul, tries to break down through the door. He gets taken out. Actually crazy coming in from Asians.
Gets the ping on the piercing spikes. That means Jaguares knows where the enemy is. His down teammates are actually giving him pings all the time to let him know. And there we go. Just clips them behind the knockdown shields, and the LG should be able to get the full reset.
Also getting the Evo shield check. I believe that may be LG that they're shooting at right now, but it's also a gatekeeping spot that Realize can hold since LG have to force their way into that next circle alongside E6. Catwall has been called in from FaZe, splitting the attention from Ascent, who actually is the team sitting inside of that building, waiting to see if another team may rotate in this direction, but trying to play it safe as usually Ascent does.
Oh, we just talked about it with the what's in your pack. The 30-30 there, just pumping in so much damage. A scant few bullets and you already got to waste a bat or maybe even more. LG, they've actually been locked down here by the Fuse ultimate, but reply so well with the Hemlock. They get right back on top of it with the gravity lift. They turn this fight around in a matter of seconds.
There's no way you can survive through the onslaught of Arcstars. Yanya is delivering on a silver platter. E6 get eliminated. LG Chivas are locked in.
I've never seen defense turned into offense so fast. They're incredible by LG to keep their chances alive. Realize actually hesitate on the side of that. I think they could have come in and taken LG out there. One of the threats to them, one of the threats to this series ending in this match, but they don't go for it.
Vamos a subir subiendo arriba. Voy a ver info arriba a la derecha. Voy contigo, Hizo, voy contigo. Aguas a la izquierda, no ves. Tengo cover, nada más te dan. Está safe acá. Otro equipo a la izquierda, otro equipo a la izquierda. Traen azul. Cuando puedas pon un muro acá. Aquí está safe, aquí. Sí, hay que avanzar, yo creo que abajo a la izquierda. Aguanta, cúrense, ahorita vamos. Me bajaron. No, puede ir. Sí. Río. Subida. Te están viendo arriba, Viene. Casi la sacamos, te ponemos a la derecha. 66. Muerto, me cae uno de la esquina. Está arriba. ¿Me puedes usar arriba? Cayó arriba. ¿Te puedes dar el equipo a la derecha? ¿Te puedes bajar conmigo a la derecha? Buena. Voy a usar aquí, yo estoy súper cerca. Te río. Ve con diesel. Borri. ¿Quién pendiente? Bien. Bien, los vatos vienen.
Ya están aquí.
Uno a mi derecha, creo. Arriba. 50 la Valkyria, güey. Cátalis, Buena, juégame. Intento.
Lo que es...
Bueno, ni sus buenas. Voy. Tengo los dos aquí. No puedo hacerle nada, ni no, pues está ahí. Y a mí me agarraron ángulo 3, güey.
Oh no, has to stop the revive there. The black hole came in. He knows he just has to win this fight somehow. 2v3. Yet Juarez is trying to do it with the hemlock coming out. Again, that's the second down. Can they actually win this 2v3?
Yanya looks completely unfazed. It looks like they can. The thermite doing enough damage. He gets the finisher on the hemlock at the very end. Realize gets taken out.
Alliance and Ascend? Okay, their fight has finished up. Ascend got the better of them. They didn't manage to finish Alliance off, but they're going straight in for the third party. I don't think LG will reset this time.
It'd be too close for comfort right now. It doesn't look like they were able to ascend and with the L-Star. Look behind you though! They find the knock onto Yanya. LG somehow still alive. It's only up to Nizul, who's literally low. One shot here. Can he get away? Bring up the knockdown. They get taken out. Another one of our match point teams out of this lobby.
How many times can you be asked to clutch up in a row? At the very least, LG did so much damage there that they have managed to move themselves into second place with 62 points. Now getting above Dreamfire, who are already eliminated on 55. Different levels of that building, and as the game goes on and on, it gets more congested. Alliance
trying to take a fight against Moist, trying to poke from afar without trying to overcommit at the same time, especially with Waltzy having the L-Star, but they lose on an MT.
Oh no!
The shield bat popped off! The shield bat coming in clutch! Moist Esports get eliminated!
Okay, Blackhand, they've waited a nice amount of time here. They can't see anyone through this cat wall, though. The bang ult, even more, is going to send them back, and they will take back the safety of their generator and the Watson fences set up. This interception pylon is so good against the compositions that the other teams are running. You can't throw a black hole in there. You can't throw a bang ult in there. They're safe until they want to move. Really make everyone who supported them look like the best team in the world.
4 squads left, start a fight go down, Optic Gaming, Blackhand still in this fight. Blackhand though, strafing flame, easy flash as well. This may be it for Blackhand, and it is. Optic Gaming are still alive for how long? It's dropped, it's TSN from the high ground. 3 teams left, and the circle's looking like a skittle.
No one knows who anyone is in Optic once again. They can't manage it. It's going to be Dojo versus TSM as the circle closes at TSM. Yet more teams achieving match point eligibility. With that win, TSM of course will...
Hay un... Están peleando ahí. Vamos a hacer tiempo ahí. 10 minutos. Sí. Vamos a bajar,
Puede que ya acabaron,
Ahí están enfrente.
Están aquí enfrente.
Voy por último. Envía. 30. Marcha.
Viene arriba. Lanza ulti hacia arriba. El humo.
¿Puedes reír a lo mejor, Intento de aquí. Corre, no puedo. Vete, Twich, ya se puede. ¿Me quedo arriba o sigo corriendo full? Vete. Ahorita voy a dar la vuelta y voy a ir por su donero. Ya se van a ir. Va, avanza, vente. Son dos teams.
A lo mejor, si bajan a uno, a lo mejor empujan. Están medio lejos.
Tengo que usar para agarrar a Javier.
No, hay uno.
Moves around that corner. I think Hal has certainly caught wind of something.
Spidey sense is certainly tingling here, not just because they're in the Spider Cave, but because they know that there's a team around the corner and the dojo don't need to be asked twice. They will move down and try and force their way into this zone, and the dojo have to make this play. You can see in the top left, they won't be safe in around a minute's time, so they're trying to take this fight a little bit early, trying to force TSM back and create some space for them to have to play.
And we've seen this fight a few times this tournament, Dojo versus TSM, and Dojo have got the better of them a few times. Now SAF are above all of this commotion and could join it if they wanted to. Smokes just to give extra protection for Timmy and the rest of the boys.
Do you wait for the knocks? The pressure. You can feel it in the room. Enter Force 36 eliminated in the meantime, but back to the silence as we wait to see what happens.
They've been going out one by one, and SAF, they really can't change this fight as Enemy has been the first to fall from the dojo.
I mean, this is a massive fight. This is a massive fight for the context of not just what you see in front of you, but the tournament as a whole. And SAF might play spoiler. Reps will go down. Verhol's still got shields to play with, but where are SAF on all of this? Are they going to drop? Are they going to influence this fight? The zone is closing. Are they going to make a play off the back of this?
SAF are just letting this go. They're saying, yeah, we helped one team win, I guess, as TSM. Back on their feet, back as a 3, and SAF, they want to hold this position. They don't want to give it up. Well, Alliance pushing up onto E6. If they can get a victory, they can keep this tournament going. It would be big points as well.
The big thing here is, will TSM try and push up on this? Will they leave that cave? Or will the threat of Starfight Esports be too much for them to commit to this fight and cross that open ground? At the moment, it's Alliance who seem to have the upper hand in this fight, especially with effect-hitting sprays like this. But there's the help up from high. It's Starfight who influenced that fight and take him down.
And you said, will TSM join? No, but Black Hand do. Pioneers eliminated in the meantime. Black Hand want this fight. They want this eastern side. They want to be able to dominate and hold as much space as possible.
Pioneers eliminated. Black Hand want to take this spot away. Easy Flash has got to be so careful. Player Case trying to pop an ult XL. But the zone is starting to be a problem for them. They've been forced forward through that cat wall, into the fire, but they do get one. Yuki will fall. Alliance eliminated.
And Black Hand hold, but now are we going to see Ascend actually be able to do any damage from a distance here? TSM also have eyes. There's a few teams with height who have vision on Black Hand, but it looks like Black Hand just stay on their feet as TSM still on the northern side are still threatened by SAF above them, may I add.
To send them to the grand finals. Moist Esports will be eliminated in the meantime. Elsewhere, you can see the Black Hand are taking a fight. Black Hand are taking a fight, and who's it against? It's TSM who are moving in, and Hal got that first knock.
Gets the first knock, wants to press up, and they will get aggressive here, because if they win this fight, they own the northern side. All the other squads are on the south. TSM win the fight, and now they're in prime position here.
But is anyone going to push on this? Can they get the reset? It looks like TSM will be able to. And all of a sudden, after back-to-back wins, TSM are in prime spot. Carnage elsewhere.
TSM once did it from the heavens, but now they can do it from the depths. They were so far behind going into match number 5, but then back-to-back victories finds them on match point here at match 8. And they have the chance to make it 3 in a row, but they have to play this one perfectly. They can't afford to slip up here. But
TSM are going to go and win the game themselves. Pulverex down. Ascend down. 2 more teams for TSM to deal with to call themselves champions.
And I love this. Push the narrative. Give yourself the best opportunity. Iron Blood Gaming, the next team to potentially go down here. This is going to be SAF versus TSM in the final fight.
3v3. A chance for Legacy to become a dynasty for TSM. The zone cut in half. Pressure on Verholst as the catalyst to make a play. Starfight could play pie poopers here, and TSM are going to have to wait.
These Watson fences could be massive.
Apex Folklore once again repeating itself as Hal, once again from the heavens, gets the opening knock. The CEO with a hostile takeover. TSM are your champions.
things done. And the best team in the world, there is no doubt.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your Apex Legends Global Series Year 3 champions, TSM!